Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia if you're new here, and I share beauty and lifestyle videos, so I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and if you're not new then welcome back. For today's video I'm going to be reviewing the new Urban Decay Quickie Concealer, so if y'all want to hear my thoughts on it then just keep watching. If you've been around here a while, you know I have a tried and true concealer that I've been using for I think about 5 years, if not longer. It's so hard for me not to compare other concealers to that one because it works for me and it's my favorite, but I have heard good things about this and it has been a long time since I've tried any Urban Decay products. So this is the Stay Naked Quickie up to 24-hour wear multi-use concealer. So you're supposed to be able to use it, I think, all over. Let's see what else it says. It is a vegan formula and a vegan washable brush. Up to 24-hour long wear, waterproof, transfer resistant, quick fix, full coverage, retouch, conceal, brighten, and blend. Lightweight formula. It's a blendable and non-greasy real skin matte finish. So I'm making that face because I'm not normally a fan of matte products, especially for concealer, because usually the under eye area is pretty dry, and if you have lines, which I do, matte is not really the best for lines because it usually accentuates them. However, it says it is vitamin E infused for all day hydration. So even though it's matte, it might not be dry. First impression, without even trying it, I don't know if I'm gonna like it because, like I said, I don't care for matte. But I know there are a lot of y'all who do like matte products, so I'm still gonna try it out and I'm gonna keep an open mind. And if you've ever watched any of my review videos, I am pretty picky and kind of tell every little detail about the product because I want to try and cover all the bases, because I know people look for different things with a concealer or just any makeup product in general, and people have different skin types and concerns and things like that. So if I'm ever like extra critical or extra picky with a review product, that is why. So I hope y'all don't think I'm just tearing products apart. I just like to cover all the bases. So this is my first time trying it, so y'all are getting my real live first impression. So I'm not sure about the color. I got 40NN, which is light medium, and it is a neutral shade. So the NN means neutral. And I tested it on my hand in store. I got mine at Ulta, and I think it is gonna work. I have heard that it oxidizes a little bit, but I kind of expected that because most Urban Decay foundations I've tried do oxidize. And if you're not really sure what that means, it means once you get it on and it settles, it gets a little bit darker. But let's try it out. So here is what the actual product looks like. And then it does have this brush on the other end that is made for it. So what I'm going to do is use the brush on one eye and then use my damp beauty sponge on the other, because that's how I normally apply my concealer. But I do want to use it how it was made to be used, if that makes sense. But then I also want to do it like I normally would. Okay, and so now that I have been talking forever, let's actually try this. So all I have on right now is foundation, and I used the Tarte Foundsealer. I feel like I'm very talkative in this video, so I apologize. I think just because it's been a while since I've done a talk through video. So here is the applicator. It's a doe foot. It has a very strong scent, and it's not a pleasant one. Okay, so hopefully it does get darker because that is pretty light, and I probably used too much. I do not like how that smells. That does not smell good at all. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of smells chemical-y. It's supposed to be a vegan formula. I hope it gets darker because this is pretty light. I definitely used too much. This is so light. Okay, so if y'all notice, I am tapping it underneath my eye because you do not want to rub. So that is the only negative about this, because I feel like a lot of people just automatically want to do it like that, which I am down here because it's away from my eye and I clearly put too much. But you want to tap it underneath your eye because that skin is very delicate and thin, and when you tug and pull and wipe, that is what causes wrinkles. One of the causes of wrinkles. So that is the only negative about the brush so far, is that I feel like a lot of people are gonna just automatically want to rub like this. Plus, when you rub, that also takes off product. So I definitely put too much, and it is a little light, so hopefully it does get a little bit darker. In this case, I'm wanting it to oxidize because that is too light for me personally, but it did cover really well. I mean, look at the difference. Oh my gosh, my dark circles are awful today, so it is a good day to try a new concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to apply it on this side, but I'm going to use my damp beauty sponge because that's how I normally apply my concealer. Now, a sponge does absorb more product than a brush does, so that is probably why they did the brush. But in a concealer case, I like that it takes product up because it takes the extra where it's not just sitting on your skin. And that's when it starts getting like cakey and creasy if you have too much product. Okay, I'm gonna try not to use as much this time. Okay, I don't feel like that is getting any darker. So I may actually have to take it back so I can get a darker color, but I'm gonna wait and see how it settles. Okay, so here it is on both eyes. This is with the brush and this is with my sponge. Okay, I hate getting them close, but I want y'all to be able to see. So you can see it's settling in my lines a little bit more when I use the brush. I did use more product, so keep in mind, but I also did kind of go over it with my sponge to get any excess product. But I feel like with the sponge, I feel like it's not settling as bad. It is still settling a little bit, but just how the lines are, every concealer I've used does do that. And then when you set it with a powder, that does help. It does look a little drying, but it's still covered good. It doesn't look like it's getting any darker, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on so y'all can see what it looks like with a full face. And then maybe once I get some other color on my face, it will help it not be so bright. Okay, so here's what it looks like with a full face of makeup. It is still a little too light for my liking. I don't think it got any darker, maybe a little bit, but it does look better now that I've added some more color to my face. Since I have hollowness and such dark circles, when it's lighter, it just accentuates that. So I prefer my concealer to blend in with my foundation more. So I definitely need a different color, but overall it does cover really well. I do like the brush, but I will still use my damp beauty sponge. And remember, if you do get this concealer and you use the brush that comes with it to tap underneath your eye, and if you do get too much like I did, you can drag it more down here, but tap directly underneath your eye. I do feel like it looks a little drying, but as far as coverage, it does work really well. But if you have been looking for a new concealer to try, this does cover really well. Just keep in mind that it is matte. I don't feel like it's hydrating with that vitamin E, but everybody's skin is different, so don't base that off of me. Just keep that in mind. But overall, as far as concealing, it does a job. It still does not beat my tried and true, but it is still a good product. And also keep in mind the fragrance. It's not like a floral or like perfumey fragrance. It's just I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it, but it is at Ulta. That's where I got mine, and they do have testers if you want to smell it there. And if you want to test out the colors, I do need a darker color. I think I already said that. But overall, it is a good concealer, but I don't think I'm going to make this switch. If you do want to try something different, it is a good concealer. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I make new videos every week, but I don't have anything else to say except thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.